All right, well, I'm out here at my, I guess you'd say my home lake, Lavon again. I finally got another boat for inventory. I'm out here testing it. This thing is a 2018 1860 Tracker, GRIZZLY. The GRIZZLY's their heavy-duty four-wheel drive version, I guess you'd say, of the Tracker aluminum boats. And anyhow, I'm out here checking it out. It's got a 90 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke. And we're out here running, see how she performs. Let's stop it here in idle, show you the motor idling. This thing is insanely smooth. They all run really well. Some of them are a little smoother than others, and this is one of those that's just incredible, although they're all great. Having said that, you can see it's shooting a good strong stream of water. Hopefully you can see that. And we'll get ready here and take a spin. This is a very clean boat. I'll walk around a little bit here real quick. The paint or whatever they could treat this thing with, kind of like that gator treatment or whatever you call it. It's still in excellent shape, as you can see. I left the driver's seat at home because I was figured I'd be standing up. So I go ahead and leave it back at the shop. But you can see the front, the seats are in excellent shape, no fade. And on these camouflage seats, that's saying something, because if you leave them out in the sun much, they will fade a little quicker than the others. But show you here, it's idling about 800 RPM. And anyhow, we'll take a spin, put it in gear here, and I thought I'd be standing up, but it's even harder to stand up and make this thing than I thought it would be, so I will be sitting now. I kind of wished I'd brought that seat. So we'll trim it down. And by the way, this thing's got hydraulic steering. And we're on plane. Trim it up a little bit to kind of level it out. Here we go. I have already GPS'd it 39 miles an hour, and quite frankly it could use more prop. If you're only going to take maybe you and one other person, if you're going to load it up, you might want to stick with that one, but it could use a little more prop, maybe a little prop with some cup in it, so you can trim it out, because I believe this thing will run into the 40s, probably, I'm going to say low to mid 40s. Pretty easily, I would think. But here we go. I'll crank it up a little bit. Trim it down for the turn. I'll go back the other direction here and get it back running a little stronger and take a shot of it running under speed or under throttle. Open throttle, but more throttle than I'm giving it now. That'll conclude the lake check. I'll see if I can do a walk around on it later and combine the two videos. Appreciate y'all watching. Thank you. Well, I thought I might add just a little bit to this thing. I went ahead and stood up, kind of leaning on the steering wheel so I can drive it, but so you can see this thing run a little better up on plane, because this is a neat running boat, fun to drive, standing up. Anyhow, just cruising along here, kicking up a little bit more. The throttle, of course, will come back a little bit, so I've got to kind of hold on to it while I'm driving it. But I'll try to show you the motor running again. Anyhow, I just thought I'd add this little supplemental run to it so you can see it cruising a little better. Boatways out there. Not that many people on the lake. It's kind of odd that I would run across a couple of them just this short a time. But anyhow, that will conclude it one more time. But I just thought I'd show you guys this thing running a little better so you can get a better idea of the performance. Thank you. Well, I thought I would do a quick walk around land inspection here. This is a 2018 Tracker 1860 cc center console with a 90 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke. And we'll start this thing off. This is the port side, and hopefully you can tell it is almost virtually scratch free. I'll show you the bottom here. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the bottom is almost virtually scratch free also. There's some very minor something underneath it, probably from putting it on there, sliding it up on the trailer. But as far as abuse, it hasn't seen it. Around here, show you the side. Step up here a little closer. Live wells under that seat, of course. The seats are in excellent shape, no weather damage, still vibrant colors. Front deck, a lot of these after they've had quite a bit of use, you'll see that the paint wore off where people have literally walked it off, but that takes a lot of hours to do that, and this one doesn't have that many. Did an hour check on it, as if I remember right, there's 80 hours on it, and quite frankly that's possibly less than that. Sometimes if you leave the key on, then it'll run the hours up on some of the boats, most of them. And from the way the oil looks and everything, the condition of this boat, I suspect that may have happened. I buy these things, they're closed dealer auctions, and but sometimes the dealers will, when looking at them, they'll forget to turn the key off. Anyhow, we'll walk around here. It's got the steps of, they're actually not steps, they're for buoyancy. A lot of the hunters and stuff like that, of course, because their dogs can get on them, but back up in the boat easier. Here's your back deck area. Your driver's seat, which comes off easily, just slides right off. Tilt steering wheel. Hydraulic steering. Here's your 90 horsepower 4-stroke, like I was saying, and in super condition. Walk around here a little bit, see the other side. Hopefully the traffic's not so loud that you can't hear this. Very clean boat. I always, when buying these things and selling them, I always, for some reason, dream about using them. So I actually installed these LED super bright lights for going out at night or whatever. They're, a lot of people use these things, of course, for bow fishing, that sort of thing, catfishing. And it's neat to have some lights that really shine ahead of you and everything, makes it really easy to see. And I don't know if you can tell this or not, but I wired them with some really cool custom push button on off switches, stainless steel. They're flush mounts so they don't get kicked off when you're getting in and out of the boat. And I wired it where you could run them on the trolling motor battery, or where the trolling motor battery goes. And also you can run them from the console on the starter battery, so you don't wear the other battery down while you're driving, since the starter battery is charged by the motor. And you can actually flip both on at the same time if one battery starts getting a little lower than the other or whatever. I went to a little more effort than I should have on it, but like I said, I always buy these things. It's kind of, that's what's fun about this. You're always thinking, well, I'm going to take this thing out and play with it a little bit. I usually don't ever get a chance to, but you know, that's what kind of keeps me motivated doing this. Anyhow, one more quick walk around, but this is a very clean boat. And of course, I'm kind of partial to the center consoles, the aluminum center consoles. They're fun to drive since you stand in the middle. They don't list one side or the other. You know, when you're out running around by yourself, you can stand up, tilt that wheel up, and just cruise around. But anyhow, that'll conclude the video. I will say that this did not come with the trolling motor, and for some reason most of the center consoles, aluminums I get, don't have, and for that matter the fiberglass center consoles don't come with trolling motors. And this one is no exception, but the battery is there and it is wired for it if you decided you want to put one on. Anyhow, thank y'all for watching.